When the dot-com boom began in the early 90s, many people felt that it was an ephemeral craze. In some ways, they were right. The bubble burst around 2000, and many websites were forced to fold. But the websites that survived are now stronger than ever. More commerce is moving online every day, and traditional retailers are struggling to keep up. Today, we're exploring the top 10 most visited websites in the world. Amazon.com is the largest e-commerce site in the world. Initially only serving as an online book market, the Seattle-based company has set the standard for cloud computing and all manner of online sales. Amazon is the largest internet company by revenue in the world. It is the second largest employer in the United States and also the second most valuable company in the world by market capitalization. Amazon.com was started by Jeff Bezos in 1994. At the time, his company was run completely from his garage in Bellevue, Washington. He was able to secure funding from his friend Nick Hanwar. The first investment of $40,000 was joined by a larger $100,000 investment from a former colleague, Tom Alberg, that helped make the new website more user-friendly. Bezos, a Princeton graduate who had been working in the financial sector, quit his job and made a move into the crowded dot-com craze because he had read that online businesses were growing at a rate of 5,000% each year. And the rest is history. He is the wealthiest person in the world, and Amazon has bucked the trend of other tech firms that have floundered in the last year, like Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Amazon receives 197 million unique visitors per month. Once the most popular search engine in the world, Yahoo is now Google's only substantial competitor. Despite this, Yahoo only receives 2% of the world's searches, compared to 96% for Google. Yahoo was started at Stanford University in January of 1994 by Jerry Yang and David Fillo, who were electrical engineering graduate students when they created a website named Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web. The guide was a directory of other websites, organized in a hierarchy, as opposed to a searchable index of pages. In April 1994, Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web was renamed Yahoo. It grew rapidly during the 1990s dot-com bubble, but lost 90% of its value after the bubble burst. It struggled to regain market value after this, and eventually laid off 15% of its workforce. In 2016, Verizon purchased Yahoo's core business and intellectual property for about $4.5 billion. This valuation is much less than in Yahoo's heyday, but the company was thankful for the bailout. Yahoo subsequently became part of the newly created subsidiary, Oath, though it continued to exist as a distinct brand. The portion of Yahoo that was not sold, notably its interest in Alibaba, was reformed as Alibaba. The search engine still receives 205 million users a month. Taobao may not be a familiar name for many Westerners, but it is largely considered to be the eBay of China. Taobao is the second venture of Jack Ma, the founder of the crazily popular Alibaba online global sourcing platform. Every month, some 634 million consumers, nearly half of China's population, pull up Alibaba Group Holdings' Taobao marketplace on their smartphones. Whether you are a farmer after a crop fertilizer or a new homeowner looking to spend $2,630 on a 15-piece Victorian-style furniture set, there's something for everyone. Taobao has created 9.7 million jobs in China since it was opened, and China has reaped many socio-economic benefits. The three sectors that have benefited the most are logistic, information technology, and manufacturing. In China, Alibaba has become synonymous with e-commerce. While its Taobao and Tmall platforms are household names, the Hangzhou-based firm, which is the parent company of the South China Morning Post, has a market capitalization of about $460 billion, making it the world's second most valuable e-commerce company after Amazon.com. Another member of the Alibaba family, Tmall.com is the largest business-to-consumer retail platform in Asia, enabling businesses to sell directly to millions of consumers throughout China. In 2008, Taobao spun off Tmall as a platform solely dedicated to official brand stores, allowing brands to sell their goods throughout mainland China. Tmall now has over 70,000 brands in 50,000 stores. One way to look at Tmall is to think of it as an online version of Manhattan's Fifth Avenue, a prestigious address focused on branded goods. It has become a trusted platform for Chinese consumers to buy both international and native branded products, and products that are not available in traditional retail outlets. Then, in February 2014, Tmall Global was set up. The aim with Tmall Global was to encourage big foreign brands to enter the Chinese e-commerce market. Along with the rest of Alibaba, Tmall was listed on the New York Stock Exchange, increasing its awareness outside of China. The website gets an average of 277 million unique visitors a month. This helped make it the 7th most visited website in the world, though the vast majority of its visitors are based in mainland China. Due to China's massive population, it boasts quite a few of the world's most visited websites. QQ is no exception. Owned by the hugely popular Tencent internet platform, QQ is a messaging service that strives to be a one-stop online life service. QQ also offers services that provide online social games, music, shopping, blogging, movies, and group and voice chat software. Founded in 1999, it was well before its time. The company struggled for many years before it became wildly popular in the late 2000s. QQ holds the Guinness World Record for the highest number of simultaneous online users on an instant messaging program, with 210,212,085 users online on July 3, 2014. The number of active users peaked in 2016 with more than 860 million. Tencent has even spun off their own currency called QQ Coin. Customers can use the coins to purchase games and various in-app upgrades. The company is worth many billions of dollars, making it a tech titan to reckon with. It is one of the most active investment corporations in the world, with stakes in over 600 companies and recent focus on startups within Asia's burgeoning tech scene. The first non-profit organization on the list, Wikipedia is in a whole different category from most of the world's most visited websites. Wikipedia was founded in 2001 by Jimmy Wales with the intention of making an encyclopedia available to anyone with an internet connection. The website is now by far the most common online reference website, attracting 374 million unique visitors monthly as of September 2015. There are about 72,000 active contributors working on more than 48 million articles in 302 different languages. As of today, there are 5,860,771 articles in English. In May 2001, a large number of non-English Wikipedias were launched in Catalan, Chinese, Dutch, Esperanto, French, German, Hebrew, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, and Swedish. These were soon joined by Arabic and Hungarian. Originally, the site was meant to be exclusively written by experts, but people soon discovered that amateurs were just as competent as perceived experts. In fact, Wikipedia soon had fewer mistakes than established encyclopedias like Britannica. One 2014 study showed that the information on Wikipedia was 99.7% accurate compared to textbook information. However, article completeness was more in the 85% range. Another 2005 study looked at several articles on different topics and found Wikipedia was more accurate than Encyclopedia Britannica, whose content is all written by professionals. The study found 3.92 mistakes per article for Britannica and 3.29 for Wikipedia. Baidu is the dominant Chinese internet search engine company, and it's the equivalent to Google in the United States. The most substantial difference between Google and Baidu is that Baidu works closely with the Chinese government to censor any material that it deems inappropriate. Essentially, this includes anything that could be construed as critical of the government. Baidu offers a range of products including maps, news, video, encyclopedia, antivirus, and internet TV. Baidu has the second largest search engine in the world and owns over 75% of the market share in China's search engine market. Baidu actually offered ad space before their American counterpart Google. When Baidu relaunched their company as a search engine, it looked very nearly the same as Google's plain Jane homepage. However, the company allowed advertisers to make bids on ad space before Google began to make money for every customer clicking on ads. Though it is not as well known in the US, Baidu was a source of inspiration for Google in the early days. This one should not come as a surprise. Facebook's story has been well documented in the media, such as the 2010 biopic The Social Network. Mark Zuckerberg famously started the website in his dorm room at Harvard after realizing that his peers would love an exclusive site where they could keep up with their friends and family. The website's membership was initially limited by the founders to Harvard students, but was expanded to other colleges in the Boston area, the Ivy League, and gradually most universities in the United States and Canada, corporations, and by September 2006, to everyone with a valid email address along with an age requirement of being 13 or older. Fast forward 15 years, Facebook is by far the biggest social media website in the world, with 2.4 billion active monthly users. Though it has suffered a series of embarrassing gaffes in the last 2 years, users show no sign of slowing down usage. Even though stock plunged over the last year, it is still worth in excess of $140 billion. Needless to say, it has come a long way from Zuckerberg's dorm room. Founded in 2005 by 3 PayPal employees, the initial purpose of YouTube was for friends to upload and share their own videos. The first YouTube video, titled "Me at the Zoo," was uploaded on April 23, 2005, and shows co-founder Jawed Karim at the San Diego Zoo. YouTube began as an angel-funded enterprise working from a makeshift office in a garage. In November 2005, venture firm Sequoia Capital invested an initial $3.5 million. In September 2005, YouTube got its first 1 million hit video. The video was a Nike ad that went viral. It was a clip of Brazilian soccer player Ronaldinho receiving his pair of golden boots. Nike was also one of the first major companies to embrace YouTube's promotional potential. In 2006, the site averaged 20 million new visitors every month. Now, the website is by far the most popular source for videos in the world. YouTube users upload 300 hours of content every minute. It boasts 1.3 billion users every month, and almost 5 billion videos are watched every single day. In an average month, 8 out of 10 18 to 49-year-olds watch YouTube. In the future, YouTube is poised to become the premier source for video content on the planet. The most visited website in the world also owns the second most visited website. Go figure. Google snapped up YouTube for $1.65 billion in 2006. With 256 billion monthly users, Google is by far the most used search engine in the world. Google's history began in 1995 when Larry Page met Sergey Brin. At the time, Larry Page was a PhD student at Stanford University, and Sergey was considering studying there. In 1996, Larry and Sergey began work on a search engine called Backrub. The company launched Google News in 2002, Gmail in 2004, Google Maps in 2005, Google Chrome in 2008, and the social network known as Google Plus in 2011, in addition to many other products. In 2015, Google became the main subsidiary of the holding company Alphabet Inc. Google is used prominently in almost every country on Earth, and as access to the internet expands globally, they can look forward to billions of new users in the future. Thanks for watching this top trending video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.